Hi, I don't know if anyone has had the issue where you have this big MP4 file and you just want to take the first 30 minutes of it. So if you go on a tool like Blender, supposedly, and I have it set from this frame to this frame. And if I try to render this out, I have all the settings here on the side, if anyone's wondering. And you try to render this, it will take, according to quite a large amount of time. And this is a large file because even though I just want to cut it out, I'm not doing any effects on it. I just want to take this first 30 minutes, and it has not a rough time. It does a lot of other stuff, which I don't need. It's re-encoding it. It's checking the audio file for it again. All I want to do is just cut it. So, what I realized later on is that the better tool for the job for this one is using FFMG and just using the straight up tool for it. So I just installed it, put it on my C drive in something called FFMG, unzipped it there, added the bin folder to my path environment. So you just do path. And I just environment variables. And if you look at my path, I just put it in the global one just to save the hassle of other people using other stuff. So P path, and you edit that. I put it right there. FMG bin. That's what I have right there. So you just new add, done. Great. So I added it there. And now what's the great thing is, I can just put this stuff where it needs to go. So in this case, I have this little guy, this little command here. Paste that up there. That's it. Right, let's go to the front of that. So what I'm just doing is taking that same video that was an hour long. I'm taking the first 30 minutes of it. So I'm going from time frame, And what I also noticed is that my audio channel is only on the left side to the right side. For the sake of this, we're not going to do that. So like this was to make my stereo into mono, but we're not going to do that. All you have to do is just do a C copy, which is exactly the same as what this guy's describing, right? And I'm putting it in a different folder, right? So I do that with FFMG. That didn't work because I messed up big time. I needed to paste that, put that little end at the end of it, take this out, and all right, let's see. If I'm trying to do it through this guy, it says 3% here, sequence render, and it's taking a long time. It still hasn't done that. And it's only at 1:05, and there's 30 minutes of it. So this is going to take at least 30 minutes. I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking the first 30 minutes of this. Let's put that to 0, right? Gonna overwrite it. Doing 20 to 5, right? And it's already running at faster frame rate than this guy. So this is at 700 FPS. This guy's doing still like 5 seconds, and it's only done 20,000 frames, right? he started late and he's already going to surpass it now. So it already surpassed the 20,000 frame rate. So I'm already at a minute in, and it's already telling me what time this is. It's already at the 15-minute mark for this. So it's already at the 16-minute mark. It's taking what it needs to do, re-encoding what it needs, which is great. Doing it much faster than what my Blender is, which is just taking the actual format and just doing it. I'm still at minute 38 with this guy, and he's still going. And we're going to be done in about, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds here. And it's done. So if I go to that folder that I had, and I set it up to be from video to test 2, which where I did it. So from video test 2. There's now this guy. And if I look at the properties of it, we're going to see in the details that it's exactly 30 minutes long. And it's already done. So why is that? Well, because these are MP4s, there's a keyframe that needs to be done. And these keyframes have the full frame and everything else is differential. FFMEG looks for those keyframes and just cuts it at that point, which is much easier. So it skips the whole entire re-encoding of this video. When you go through Blender, it's trying to take every frame, try to re-encode it again to the next frame, and trying to do the whole encoding for it. And there's no way for it to skip it. So you're always going to be stuck with it. So hopefully that was helpful for most people. Since I have a bit of time here, the way that this works is that you set the start time, you set the end time, set the input of the video that you have. Map channel is basically if you wanted to take the left audio and make it mono, and this was the CD copy, which we kind of don't want. Actually, I would have been much faster if I just did it without this. It would have been much faster if I didn't do it. So, yeah, and it's done. So the only reason why it was slower before was that I was using the audio. I was doing audio encoding with it, which got a bit funky. So, command, at the end of the day, is start 30, video 2. So basically set the video that you want to read, say you want to copy it and set the new video, and that new video is going to have the new time. Hopefully that helps. Thank you guys.